have been studies conducted over the last 20, 30 years examining workplace stress. And so what the Stanford and Harvard research teams did was they combined these studies and did a meta-analysis to determine what was the effect size related to outcomes like feelings of mental health stress, feelings of they're going to die, not doing well, feeling unhealthy. And so what they found is that people with long work hours, heavy job demands, lack of family work-life balance, these individuals reported more stress, and this stress was even worse than the effects of stresses if you were a smoker or ingested or inhaled secondhand smoke.
But
now,
we all have stress, though. This is the thing.
And I think there's a thing called secondhand stress, where if someone's stressing out, you get a little of their stress because they're so stressed.
You are absolutely right. But, you know,
secondhand stress.
I got to use that one. So we spend 1/3 of our day at work, right? So it's understandable that we're going to be in some level of stress.
Yeah.
But it's how chronic this stress is, which is impacting individuals' work life. It's impacting their health. And so what we want to do for businesses, we want to encourage them to look at these studies, look at these findings, and modify what's at their disposal. So if you can, you know, alleviate some of the work demands, maybe hire more employees, it's beneficial to your employees because that will lead to their increased satisfaction.
Okay.
So,
Dr. Sanders, this is what the studio employees get every day. I want you to tell them how they should handle this. So basically, Russ gets here.
Hi, everybody.
And Russ, hey, everybody, how you doing? Good to see you. And actually, Russ walks in the door, it sounds just like this. Hang on a second.
A little bit of beautiful music.
It sounds like this. It sounds just like this.
Hi, everybody. Are you ready to do some television?
Yeah, there's Russ. And hey, there's Russ.
That's not bad music.
Okay, Russ walks in, and then I walk in. Here we go.
Sexiest Fed chairman ever.
Yeah,
it's Zoe and Russ on the Big Biz.
See, they get that from me.
Well, that's good, but you know, most businesses don't do that. Most businesses aren't giving you lunch, access to time off. You know, most businesses at times will
exactly what I'm talking
about. The ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that affects people's mental health and that affects their physical health. So we just want to make businesses aware and so that they can increase the well-being of their employees, which will help businesses be more profitable.
I can see a lot of that in some employees' face. You can just see you're stressed.
This is what happens when Dr. Sanders walks in the door. When her practice, it sounds like this. It sounds like this.
No, I'm all about that bass,
Now we got it.
Stay right there, Doc. We're going to talk to you some more in a minute. Dr. Tiffany Sanders, psychologist and entrepreneur.
I want to find out if causing stress can actually help you relieve stress.
So causing stress.
Yeah.
Yeah, like letting off some steam.
Yeah, like
right?
I'm going to quit if you don't. Yeah, right. Do something.
We're going to talk to her some more about that coming up. It is Biz Brew. Stand by.
all the right junk in all the right place.
Cool.
Hey, let's make some television, Sully. Get a beer, friends. Sully? Sully. It's okay.
And there it is. That's right, Biz Brew, U2 America. Good to have you along. 60 million homes now. We picked up, what did we pick up, New Orleans? Is that what we did? New Orleans? Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
all right.
Hot. Ooh, you think it's hot? Hey?
Dr. Tiffany Sanders is our guest today. What city are you in, Tiffany?
I'm out here in Chicago.
Chicago. Wow.
My birthplace.
Chicago. Norwich.
Right.
I'm in Norwich, baby.
Chi-town, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Windy City. Not because of their the breeze, but because of the hot air. Well, because of the hot air coming out of the
Because the president came from there?
That's well.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's right. Love them Cowboys.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. No, completely kidding.
Yeah.
The Bears.
Okay, so we're talking about the fact that stress is just as bad as secondhand smoke. Before we let you out of here today, I have to ask you, you are a psychologist and an entrepreneur.
Yeah. So I'm a psychologist, but I own the clinical practice. So we have 13 therapists who provide a range of clinical services. Yeah. And I also have an HR business. So I go into other companies and I help companies figure out, is their culture healthy? Because if their culture is not healthy, job satisfaction will be low, absenteeism will increase, and employees are going to likely quit. Two
things I noticed about your location there. Bring her back up, would you? If you notice, there's a couch course. She's a psychologist. And there's a box of tissue over her right shoulder. That's right. Did they teach you that in psychologist school? Like step 1, go to IKEA, buy a couch. Step 2, go to Costco, buy a big thing of tissue.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. You got to have the tissue. You got to have the couch. It looks like a person's home, and people are going to be more likely to share and talk.
Well, so that means there's empty beer bottles on the floor, Rusty, and a bong in the corner, if I'm not mistaken. But back to the stress question here, because I bet some companies it's easy to identify stress. As soon as you walk through the door, like, oh my, you can just feel that. Like it's a vibe. Right. It's oh my God. Yeah. Do you ever do that? Do you ever walk in and do like field visits?
You know what's so interesting? Many of the people that come into clinical practice, they sometimes complain about can't get up on Monday mornings. You know, they hate going to work. They got headaches, stomach aches. So we hear from our clientele on a regular basis that work for a variety of companies that they're so stressed that when they take like vacation days or they go on holiday or break, they go and look for another job. That's how bad the stress is.
I'm going on vacation and suddenly they're on Craigslist the entire time. What's interesting here, so I was looking at some of the maladies that smoking and secondhand smoke cause. Asthma attacks, respiratory illness, heart disease, stroke, lung cancer, and even death.
Right.
Does this study out of Harvard and Stanford University say that workplace stress has sort of the same outcome potentially?
It does. It mimics the same outcomes as if you were dealing with secondhand smoke. And so, you know, secondhand smoke is also related to cancer. So these individuals are in such high-stress environments that their body, you cannot see, is underneath, are dealing with ailments that can potentially help cause them to lose their life. And did you know that according to the American Stress Institute, you know, a lot of people go to the doctor because of stress. And depression is the single most expensive ailment that costs our economy $44 billion a year.
Here, let's talk about depression, though. Wait a second. Aren't we all bummed out about something? Is that depression? I'm pissed because whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think going to the doctor.
Yeah, but 60% of doctor visits stem from work-related stress complaints. And 63% of Americans are not coping effectively with the stress. So people have reported that they're struggling with the stress they face on their job. And as a result, they lie awake at night, they report overeating, and they skip meals.
And stress will manifest physically somewhere. Like
it does. With
you got a limp or a twitch. Got a twitch all of a sudden? What, I got a twitch? I started working for you and I got a twitch.
Is it bad that the voices in my head say kill, kill, kill? Is that a bad?
Very bad.
Yeah, grab a Kleenex.
Okay, I have to ask you this. As a non-marijuana user, okay, which I think me and Zach are kind of the only two, Curtis,
well, you'll learn.
In the building. As a non-marijuana user, I'm hearing the benefits of cannabinoids in psychotherapy. Is that, in your opinion, have you read anything good about this?
I have not, and you know what? I don't even want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Even though marijuana usage for medicinal purposes is legal here in Illinois, it's not legal in a psychotherapy format. So no chiefing or smoking over here.
Okay. Oh, and she's got the terms too, which tells me maybe someday it could come into the practice.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's illegal there now.
Dr. Sanders, thank you so much for swinging by today. We'd love to have you back on the show. Dr. Tiffany Sanders. By the way, drtiffanySanders.com is her website. Can we pull up that website for you? And then, of course, this new study showing stress is just as bad as secondhand smoke.
I believe it.
And there she is, Dr. Tiffany. Look, it just looks like she's a happy website. Doesn't that look nice? Yeah, she's good. Yeah. Could you imagine?
I talked to a psychiatrist once.
Did you?
Yeah.
You went down, you talked to somebody?
Yeah.
I talked to somebody.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to somebody about you.
I didn't let you.